Folks, I warned everybody about this 3 or 4 years ago when I started doing this stuff, when Cuties came out, that they would attempt to legitimize sexual perversion of children in movies. And they're going to do it in ways that are subtle, and they're going to do it in ways that are going to try to normalize sexual themes with children in movies. And this movie here, this Poor Things movie starring Emma Stone, is basically them no longer even hiding it. Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. This is going to be a semi-rant video, so yes, I will be not very happy doing this video because it is of a disgusting nature. So if you have kids in the room, I highly suggest you have them leave the room before you watch this video. So, Emma Stone's new movie about a sex-crazed woman with a child's brain generates Oscar buzz. Emma Stone's new movie, Poor Things, is generating Oscar buzz despite its unique and controversial subject matter. The film debuted at the Telluride Film Festival on Saturday and is the work of Greek filmmaker Yorgos Lanthimos, best known for the Oscar-winning movie The Favorite. Now, I have heard that this man has done some controversial stuff. I don't know of it, so I cannot really give my opinion on it. Some of the entertainment outlets predict that Lanthimos will again get multiple Academy Award nominations for his latest work. From what I have heard of this movie, folks, where this woman is basically Frankenstein together with a child's brain and becomes a sex-crazed being, that is basically trying to legitimize pedophilia. No joke. That is an overt attempt to legitimize pedophilia. The sci-fi black comedy is based on Aleister Gray's 1992 novel of the same name. It follows Stone playing Bella, a Victorian woman who dies by suicide, but is then brought back to life by a scientist who is also her guardian, Dr. Gordon Baxter. Willem Dafoe. The fact that an actor that I really enjoy watching took part in this, it's sad. Folks, to be clear, I had to leave the Barroom podcast last night, not through any fault of the panelists. It's because of the subject matter that we were talking about, which is this, because I was not prepared for the sheer weight of disgust that this brought me. My blood pressure spiked last night, and I'm now able to control it because now I know what I'm walking into here. Revives her by implanting the brain of an unborn child, which is disgusting in itself. You took an unborn child's brain and put it in an adult skull. How would that even fit? Which effectively makes her a child with a woman's body. Things become creepy as Bella discovers a preoccupation with sexual activity despite still having a child's mind. The story is essentially a retelling of Frankenstein, but with a heavy dose of graphic sex scenes. Lanthimos defended the movie's raunchiness at a press conference at Venice Film Festival, saying sex was intrinsic to the novel and essential to demonstrating Bella's freedom. I'm sorry, but Aleister Gray, the novelist who wrote this crap, is pretty much a pedophile. Same with Stephen King, who wrote a book where kids of 11 years old were having sex in a sewer. A freaking gang or a train run on an 11-year-old girl by other kids. It was very important to me to not make a film that would be prudish, but it would be completely betraying the main character, because it would be completely betraying the main character. So we had to be confident. Emma had to have no shame about her body, nudity, and engaging in those scenes, as she understood that and she understood that right away. The fact that she even took part in this speaks that she actually supports this kind of deviant or sexual deviance. Folks, I remember a time when this shit was illegal. And now it's being normalized in Hollywood. Do you really want kids? Or do you even want to watch a movie where a person with the mind of a child is a sex-crazed whore? Think about it. This is what they're trying to normalize. The great thing about me and Emma is that we have made 4 films together. There's a shorthand, and we can communicate without having to explain or talk too much about things. Lanthimos said, as soon as I started saying something about sex, she would say, yes, of course, it's Bella. We will do what we need to do. Poor Things currently has a 100% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Pedophiles all, folks. With reviews calling it a unique piece of artistry. A child, or a person with a child's brain being a sex-crazed whore, is artistry, apparently. And flamboyant, florid, fantastic, and freakish. Freakish is accurate! Despite critics praising the movie, there are several people who were disturbed by the premise. Warning, Hollywood at it again with prestige kiddie porn, one ex-user shared. With the body of an adult and the brain of a literal newborn, she does what all newborns do. Becomes a nymphomaniac and prostitute, of course. There are graphic sex scenes between Stone playing a baby who can barely talk or walk, and ew, Mark Ruffalo, the commie Disney star. Well, yeah, he has been known to use communist points and ideals. I forget, can newborns consent to sex? If they're smoking hot babies, they can. Folks, this is no joke. This is absolutely disgusting. And what's more disgusting? Poor Things receives over a 10-minute standing ovation in Venice. Watch, director Lanthimos receives a standing ovation for his film Poor Things. People are cheering this. People are cheering this basic take of kiddie porn. A very twisted take on it. And they want to give this awards? Oscar nominations? Are you out of your fucking mind? Folks, this sort of stuff is absolutely disgusting. I warned people in a video that I did 3 years ago that we would have to protect our children because of the whole Cuties controversy where they were sexualizing girls in that movie. Girls twerking, taking off their underpants, taking photos of their female anatomy, their genitalia, and to get a person in trouble and whatnot. And yet, unfortunately, I was too small of a channel to generate any real gravitas of the seriousness of the situation because I did warn people this is what would be happening. They would eventually try putting kids in sexual positions in movies. Well, Emma Stone may be an adult, but in this movie, her mind is a newborn who can't consent to sex, who doesn't even know what sex is, but the second that that body starts feeling the pleasures of the flesh, she becomes a sex-crazed maniac. Can you not understand the implications of what that means? Of what Hollywood and this filmmaker, this disgusting filmmaker in my opinion, is now creating. And the novelist, the author of that book, he should be ashamed of himself. That man is a sick pedophile. If he fantasizes about children having adult bodies so that you can fuck them any which way from Sunday. This is disgusting, folks. And you need to understand this. This is what Hollywood is trying to normalize. I am not saying this to cause fear or hype. I am saying this so that you understand the reality of what is going on. This stuff can't stand. And you know what? I'm asking every single follower, subscriber I have to share this video so that people can understand the disgusting nature that Hollywood is starting to normalize, as I predicted those years ago. Folks, I'm not doing the outro. All I will say is share this video out as wide as possible. I don't care about likes right now. Right now, the message of this video needs to get out there, that this is the stuff that they are going to normalize in Hollywood. Hypersexualization of children. And it cannot be allowed to continue. Have a good day, folks. And always remember, try to stay humble. Especially in a world where pedophilia is now becoming normalized by Hollywood.